Convoy's Radio and Electronics Workbench. We have today get this up here. Everything's sticking and everything already. Cobra 2000. And this one's in pretty sad shape. We're going to harvest some meters out of it today and see if we can't get them good enough for spec. So we're going to pull this baby apart, pull the meters out, and unstick them if we can. I've been inside this one before. It is really ugly in there. But I shall show you. This one's been through a pretty nasty fire. It's got smoke damage and it is completely black inside. I'll give you a little closer view from the top. As you can see, this one is worse for wear. It still has some parts in it that I can take, but I'm not even going to try to restore this one. The counter is even pretty fried. The case is all just completely, it did definitely. So I don't know if these meters are fixable, but I'm going to pull these meters out and attempt. This thing even has original meter bulbs. So that tells me that this thing was not around long. It's got an echo board in it too, I think. Maybe not. It's got something in it. Okay, so let's gotta go get my glasses. I forgot my goggles. I'll be back in a second. Okay, we're back. See if we can get these meters out. Hopefully they will come out without too much problem. There are two screws in here. Probably really hard for you to see it. Try this one. There she goes. Really hard spots to get to. This cover comes off. These meters don't look too bad. I'm just going to clip them out. Meters are out. These meters are getting awfully expensive and really getting hard to find, so I try to save as many as I can. So this may not be that long of a video. So as you can see, both of these are completely stuck. meters are completely all stucco. Turn them like this, they don't want to move. They're pretty dirty here too because of the smoke damage. Somebody tried to clean them up. So what we have to do is free them up first. I don't think I'll even have to take them apart. Let's see if I can do it without taking them apart. So we just want to move the tape out of the way that hooks this back one on. Carefully remove the tape from the screw, like that. And you see inside there's a dinky little screw. And that is one of the set bearings. They're on both sides. There's one on right here underneath the cover. Sometimes you have to do both of them. But I think we're going to get away with one. And what you do is you take your really tiny, nice German-made Wuha, made in Germany. These are really hard. And you scrape this first. You scrape it out. Make sure it's got a good fit. Then you put your screwdriver in there, and you put your screwdriver in there, and you hear it click, and you turn it a half of a turn, and now it's loose. We're going to test them too. And we put a piece of tape back over it. I don't like to open them unless I have to. I'm going to clean these up. Maybe I'll have to open them up and clean them out. Might be dirty on the outside too. This one's the same way. Just very carefully remove the tape from the top of this screw. Like sometimes you can't do this, it won't work. They get so bad that they just they can't free them up. And there's another thing in here I want you to see. There's a little slot right here, and inside that slot is a thing that looks like it's got teeth on it. That's the meter zero. So the meter zero, you want the meters to be as zero as possible. That one doesn't need adjustment. This one here has a lot of stuff on the screw, so I think I got it out there. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can loosen this one. Yep. It moved. Okay. Half a turn. No more than a half a turn. And most of the time, these things will come right back to life, just like that. Okay, let's turn on the power supply. Let's make sure these meters are fairly functional. I'm going to use I think it's a 2K ohm resistor here. Let's see which one's positive, which one's negative. There we go, positive. See the positive and the negative. Yeah, I got it backwards. Okay, let's do this. And there. This one here. That. Using a little 2K ohm resistor here. Power supply leads. Power supply leads coming in. Okay, let's see. The negative there, positive here, and it's already deflecting a little bit. And there we go. You can deflect the meter. Just turn the power up a little bit. It's hardly any power at all. I think I'm using less than a volt. 2.2K and less than a volt. There's a little bit. Doesn't seem like it's sticking at all. Goes through its full range. I've got a bunch of glare there, sorry about that. That's what it looks like. You want it to go both directions really nicely. That meter appears to be good. This one seems to be about the same. And the reason it's not going back down to zero is because there's a little bit of voltage on my supply even when it's all the way down. There we go. Yep. Yep. Very nice. And that's what you want to see. Disconnect it, flops back to zero. And these meters can go into another Cobra 2000 that may have other issues where the meters get completely destroyed or all that stuff. Let's take a little bit of the old 409. See what they look like here. Doesn't look like a lot of the smoke got into these, which is a good thing, and they're not burned, so they didn't actually get completely destroyed in the fire. So I assume that this is mostly smoke inhalation that's on the board. It's amazing that these didn't get covered in that smoke. Yes, these are cleaning up nicely. And the tape is still in pretty good shape. That is one almost like new meter. You'd never know it. A little bit of 409. And the tooth and brush. There are times when you have to take these things apart, and to do that, you take an X-Acto knife and you cut the tape right along this edge, right here. There's tape here, there's tape here, there's tape here, and you just cut that along that edge, and you cut this along this edge, and this whole front piece will come off. And you can get to the other side of the meter movement, where you have to be really careful. You mess up that spring, mess up that tiny little spring in there, and that's a little bit of gunk on there, a little bit of. Get that one real good. Most of the time you can get away with what I just did here. You don't have to take them apart. Sometimes you do. And these, sometimes this, where the writing is, the green and the red, that's on a little plate that's glued onto this here. Sometimes it'll break loose and jam the meter. Then you got to get in there and take a little bit of glue and put it back in place and let it set for a day, and that kind of, sometimes that is what fixes it. Yep, this one really got gunky. It's a little glary in here, but that's pretty much it. These meters I'm going to put in my good meter stash. And hopefully all you guys out there learn something. This holds true for just about any CB meter there is. They all come apart in a similar fashion. The mobile meters are a little bit trickier, but they come apart as well. Just like I said, you kind of slice the tape and pull them off. Most of the time you don't have to do that. You just do what I just showed you there, and no more than a half a turn. I'm going to get some tape and replace this tape here. Yeah, we'll just get rid of that there. Do that about here. I'll go over and get some Scotch tape. That over the top of it, that, and you have a refurbished meter. Still got to clean up these terminals, but I'm not going to bother with that now. Do that when I go to install them if I need them. A lot of people think that, oh, my meters are dead, I can't use them anymore, I need new meters. Not necessarily. These are all ready to go. Yep. Okay. So there you have it. There's the how to repair, minor repair of stuck meters. Holds true for most of the CB meters that are on the market and have been for 30 years. So don't throw them in the garbage. If you just have a couple of small tools, you need a jeweler's screwdriver or something like this to do the actual moving of it. You got to be real careful. If you damage the meter movement at all, it's toast and it's going to the garbage. So thanks for watching, and God bless, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.